Gentlemen, I need you to look at the glass of milk in your fridge in a whole new way. What if I told you that this drink, the one you've been told is essential for strong bones your entire life, could be one of the primary culprits behind your nighttime bathroom trips, your weak stream, and the chronic inflammation that is silently enlarging your prostate? It's a shocking thought, I know. You believe you're doing something healthy, but your body might be paying a steep price. I'm Dr. Emily Carter. I'm a board-certified urologist, and for over 25 years, my entire career has been dedicated to helping men navigate the challenges that come after 50 and 60. I've seen thousands of men who come into my office feeling frustrated, tired, and convinced that their prostate problems are an inevitable part of aging. But I'm here to tell you, that's not the whole truth. Often, it's not just age, it's inflammation. And one of the biggest sources of that inflammation could be the specific type of dairy you consume every single day. In this video, I am going to explain the one type of dairy product I urge all my male patients over 60 to avoid. I'll break down the simple science of why it can harm your prostate. And most importantly, I'll show you a delicious, prostate-friendly dairy swap that can help calm inflammation and support your health for the long run. So, stay with me, because the information I'm about to share could be the key to reclaiming your comfort, your sleep, and your peace of mind. All right, let's get straight to the point. The dairy product I am urging you to be extremely cautious with is conventional, high-fat cow's milk and the processed cheeses made from it. I can almost hear the objections now. But doctor, what about calcium? What about my bones? Those are valid concerns, and I promise we will address them. But first, you need to understand the 3 ways this specific type of dairy can work against your prostate health. The first problem is the inflammation bomb. Think of your prostate like a small, sensitive engine. When you're young, it runs smoothly, but after 60, it's prone to overheating. That heat is inflammation. High-fat dairy, especially from conventionally raised cows, is loaded with saturated fats and omega-6 fatty acids. While some fat is good, this specific combination acts like fuel for inflammation throughout your body, and the prostate is particularly vulnerable. It's like trying to put out a small fire by drizzling it with gasoline. You're feeding the very problem you want to solve. This chronic, low-grade inflammation causes the prostate tissue to swell, putting pressure on your urethra. The result? A weak stream, the constant urge to go, and those frustrating nighttime awakenings. Let me tell you about a patient of mine, Frank. Frank was a 8-year-old retired truck driver. He came to me exhausted. He was getting up 4, sometimes 5 times a night. He told me, "Doc, I feel like I live in the bathroom." When we went over his diet, he proudly mentioned he drank 2 large glasses of whole milk every day, just like he had since he was a kid, to keep his bones strong. He thought he was doing the right thing. I explained the connection between high-fat dairy and inflammation. He was skeptical, but he was also desperate. He agreed to switch his milk for water and get his calcium from other sources for just 1 month. When he came back, he looked like a new man. He said, "I'm only getting up once a night. I'd forgotten what a full night's sleep felt like." Frank didn't need a new pill. He needed to remove the fuel for his inflammation. So, let me ask you, be honest, how many glasses of conventional milk or slices of processed cheese do you have in a typical week? Type your answer in the comments below. Your routine might be more common than you think. The second major issue is hormonal interference. This is something very few people talk about. Dairy from modern, large-scale farms is not the same as the dairy your grandparents drank. To maximize production, cows are often treated with hormones and kept pregnant for long periods. This results in milk that contains higher levels of certain hormones, including estrogen and a growth factor called IGF-1. For a man over 60, this is a problem. Your body is already dealing with its own hormonal shifts, namely declining testosterone. When you introduce outside hormones from your diet, you can disrupt that delicate balance even further. Think of your hormonal system as a finely tuned orchestra. Testosterone is the lead violin. When you pour in extra hormones from your diet, it's like having a loud trumpet blast in the middle of a soft violin solo. It throws everything off. Research has suggested a link between high consumption of this type of dairy and a faster progression of benign prostatic hyperplasia, or BPH. You are essentially encouraging growth in an area you want to keep calm and stable. I had another patient, Arthur, a 72-year-old former accountant. He was meticulous about his health, or so he thought. He exercised, he didn't smoke, but his prostate symptoms were getting progressively worse. The mystery was his diet. It turned out his healthy habit was a large cafe latte with whole milk every single morning. He was unknowingly starting each day with a dose of hormones that were working against him. We switched him to a black coffee or a latte with a different type of milk, and within a few months, he reported that the feeling of urgency had dramatically decreased. This isn't about scaring you. It's about empowering you with knowledge. You need to be aware of what's in your food beyond just the calories or the calcium. So here is my next question for you. Have you ever considered the potential hormonal content of the food you eat? Type yes or no. I'm curious to see how many men think about this. Now, I know what you're thinking. Dr. Carter, you've taken away my milk and cheese. What am I supposed to do? This is the best part. I'm not telling you to avoid all dairy. I'm telling you to make a smarter swap. The solution is to switch from inflammatory dairy to fermented, probiotic-rich dairy. My top 2 recommendations for men over 60 are plain Greek yogurt and kefir. Here's why they are so much better. The process of fermentation changes the very nature of the dairy. First, the live bacteria, or probiotics, consume most of the lactose, making it easier to digest. Many men who feel bloated after drinking milk find they have no issues with Greek yogurt. Second, and most importantly, these probiotics are incredibly anti-inflammatory. They are like a specialized cleanup crew for your gut. A healthy gut is the foundation of a healthy inflammatory response system. When your gut is in balance, your entire body, including your prostate, is less prone to chronic inflammation. Greek yogurt is packed with protein, which helps you maintain muscle mass after 60, and it's still a fantastic source of calcium. Kefir, a fermented milk drink, is even more powerful. It often contains dozens of different strains of beneficial bacteria and yeast, making it one of the most potent probiotic foods on the planet. Let me share one more story. Michael, a 65-year-old retired teacher, used to start his day with a big bowl of sugary cereal and whole milk. He suffered from bloating and afternoon energy crashes, on top of his prostate concerns. I challenged him to swap his cereal and milk for a bowl of plain Greek yogurt mixed with a handful of berries and walnuts for 30 days. He told me the difference was night and day. Not only did his bloating disappear, but his energy was stable all morning. And he noticed he was sleeping more soundly because he wasn't getting up as often. He was feeding his body what it needed to fight inflammation, not fueling the fire. The key is to choose plain, unsweetened versions. Sugar is another major driver of inflammation, so fruit on the bottom yogurts or sweetened kefirs defeat the purpose. Add your own fresh fruit if you want a little sweetness. So tell me in the comments, are you a fan of Greek yogurt or kefir? Which one do you prefer? Or which one are you willing to try? Now, it's crucial to understand that making this one dairy swap is powerful, but it becomes even more effective when it's part of a team. Your health is not determined by one single choice, but by the combination of your daily habits. Think of your body as a classic car engine. Swapping out inflammatory milk for anti-inflammatory yogurt is like changing the oil. It's a critical piece of maintenance. But for the engine to run its best, you also need the right fuel: a healthy diet, clean filters, good hydration, and regular driving exercise. When you combine a prostate-friendly diet rich in tomatoes for lycopene, green leafy vegetables, and healthy fats from salmon and nuts with the anti-inflammatory power of fermented dairy, you create a synergy. The benefits multiply. The lycopene from the tomatoes is absorbed better. The probiotics from the yogurt help your body utilize nutrients more efficiently. And everything works together to protect that sensitive prostate gland. This isn't about achieving perfection. It's about building a foundation of smart, consistent choices that work together to shield your body from the stresses of aging. One good choice makes the next good choice even more powerful. What is one other healthy habit you practice to support your health? Do you focus on diet, exercise, or sleep? Share your routine in the comments. You might inspire someone else. Gentlemen, we've covered some critical information today. We learned that conventional high-fat milk and processed cheese can act like an inflammation bomb and a hormonal disruptor for men over 60, potentially worsening prostate symptoms. We discovered that a simple, powerful swap to anti-inflammatory, probiotic-rich dairy, like plain Greek yogurt or kefir, can help calm your system, support gut health, and protect your prostate. And we saw that this smart choice is most powerful when it works in synergy with a lifestyle of healthy eating, hydration, and movement. The goal here is not to make you fear food. The goal is to empower you, to help you understand that you have far more control over your health, your comfort, and your quality of life than you may have believed. You are not simply at the mercy of aging. So, here is my challenge to you. It's simple. For the next 7 days, I want you to make one small swap. Just one. Replace 1 glass of milk or 1 slice of processed cheese you would normally eat with a serving of plain Greek yogurt, a glass of kefir, or even just a glass of water. That's it. One small change for 1 week. After that week is over, I want you to come back to this video and tell me in the comments what you noticed. Did you feel less bloated? Did you sleep a little better? Did you just feel better knowing you made a positive choice for your health? Type "I'm in" the comments if you're willing to accept this 1-week challenge. Let's see how many of you are ready to take this first simple step. If you found this video helpful, please do me a favor and click that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with a friend, a brother, or a partner who needs to hear this message. You never know whose life you might change. And remember, this video is for educational purposes only and does not constitute medical advice. Every man's body is unique. Please consult with your personal healthcare provider to make decisions that are right for your specific health needs. Thank you for spending this time with me. I'm Dr. Emily Carter, reminding you that small choices, made consistently, are the true secret to lasting vitality. Stay strong, and I'll see you in the next video.